baby. Oh, baby. All right. Hey. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another roasting stream. I'm your host, Underbelly. Thank you so much for all the love you've given to the latest video I posted on Tuesday about sample packs and how, with stuff like splice and cymatics and all that, it's a little bit too much of a good thing. Anyways, I'm very proud of that latest video, and I'm glad you guys enjoy. Just want to clear some things up. Don't have any personal beef with anybody at Cymatics or Splicer for that matter. Really, I just think they're giving us what we want. It's just, at this point, it's become too much of a good thing. We have so many high-quality sample packs at our disposal at all times that we're kind of overcome by the tyranny of choice, and as a result, we don't actually make anything. We just download more sample packs in the hopes that one day we might make something. So, as part of the video, I actually included my own sample pack, Tropical Rhythm Volume 699.9, and some of you have managed to even make music out of it. Here we have Pixel Wax with an Aspra type beat. Let's take a listen. Oh my God. Dude, wow. In that 1 minute and 47 seconds, I actually got a call from the editors of Pitchfork. Lemon, you're right, they just gave it a 9.3 out of 10. Aspra type beat is now best new music. Future ass is the genre of the future. And now, basically, if you don't have a fart sound in every one of your songs, you're just not even going to be considered in the modern music landscape. So here is a happy birthday to you, Pixel Wax, for ushering in the future of music. I'm glad I could help. So for everyone who's left behind, one thing that you can do is just watch the video and download my Tropical Rhythm Volume 699.9 sample pack so you can start making ass beats of your own. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and roast some tracks. Once again, the roasting channel is now closed, so for those of us asking to submit their tracks where they can make that happen, I will not be roasting any tracks that are now newly submitted. I will only be going through old posts in the roast before post section. So if you want your track roasted, once again, you're going to have to roast somebody else first. Make sure that it's good constructive feedback that you would be happy yourself receiving. And then, who knows, maybe I might pick you. All right, cool. Pixel Wax, that actually wasn't bad. Holy shit. Anyways, let's keep going. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, as per usual. And I'm going to scroll. And I'm going to pick a random beat. And hopefully it will not be ass. But if it is, that's okay too. We're all learning. We're all learning how to make some tropical rhythm here. So, okay. What do you think of my very first drum and bass song? Okay, here we go. Let's see what we think. All right. What's going on here? This is a little awkward. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. Okay, this is not happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Irexit. My Mac just cannot handle your amazing drum and bass track. So I'm going to reserve my feedback for another time. Sorry about that. I think next time what I'm going to do is, because clearly my Mac cannot handle OBS streaming and doing anything meaningful at the same time, I'm going to have a dedicated stream box next time, because this is some bullshit. Sorry about that, Irexit. I'll try to get you another time. Let's keep going. So here we have Flying Aspidistra. This guy's been active in the Discord for quite some time now. Let's take a listen. This is Daydreams Mix 5. Oh boy. Okay, people are suggesting that I lower the quality. We're going to try this again while this track is playing. Hopefully it'll load. We'll lower the quality, and maybe it'll work this time. I'm skeptical, but we're going to do our best. Because this track might put me to sleep. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're going to mute that, and we're going to lower the quality to... It's already at 360p. Well, we'll see what we can do there. Fuck. Okay, we're going to try that again. It's not cooperating. Okay, this is very slow. Oh, here we go. It's actually a good idea. Modal Slacker. Try downloading the audio. That's a really good idea. YouTube to MP3. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we'll work with that. We're almost done here, guys, don't worry. All right. Well, awesome. Thank you, Flying Aspidistra, for that. I'll ask you guys, what do you think? Personally, for me, it's just kind of boring. But I guess it is supposed to be ambient music. I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to stand on its own or function as a sort of soundtrack for a video game or a movie or something like that. It does feel very video gamey. It is very minimal, so I can't. I'm just too fucking ADD to sit through that on my own. Um, I like how the elements that you have presented are, the sound selection is quite good. They're nice and dark and foreboding. For some reason, your drums are very quiet. Your kick is good. Maybe your kick is even too loud. Your snare is very minimal and far back, so it kind of lacks the impact that, might otherwise drive the piece forward. But for the most part, it's just unclear if this is meant to stand on its own or not. If it is, then we need a lot more stuff going on because everything feels very quiet and reserved and minimal, and it's just not enough to sustain my attention or the attention of seemingly anyone in the chat. But still, I think what you do include here is good. I just think if it stands on its own, it needs more. But thank you, Flying Aspidistra. That was cool. Let's go ahead and try roasting this track a second time through. This is the Walgren Drum and Bass remix by iRexit. Let's take a listen. All right, bada bing, bada boom. That was Irexit with his well-grinned drum and bass remix. Lots of really cool stuff going on here. Love the vocals. Love how haunting and dreamy they are. Love the piano as well. I think that super fits the sort of burial meets drum and bass kind of vibe, liquid drum and bass. Couple things that people seem to be chatting about in the comments. A lot of people not a fan of your snare. I tend to agree. It does sound a little cheap, maybe a little too acoustic. You know, another kind of snare that you could perhaps try doing would be, I don't know, if I go over to my drums, you could try something very, very minimal. So something like, yeah, something like, let's see here. Let's see here. Something like that. Maybe, Jesus, where is it? Yes, Sam right here. Something very kind of minimal and rim-like, very quick as well. You could do something a little bit more intense, like a dubstep type snare, but pitched way up. So something like this. You know, just something a little bit with a little bit more body and white noise. You could do it kind of an in-between, something very quick like this, maybe once again pitched up. So kind of these kind of short rim-like snares are very popular in drum and bass. I would just say that your snare is a little too acoustic, and your kick as well. I think you might have cut a little bit too much of the low end out of it, so it sounds a little bit kind of boxy. So for example, what I'm hearing is something like this. If I get, say, like a clean kick, this right here, and take the warping off, take the fade off, what I'm hearing is that you seem to have put an EQ on it and just taken out a good amount of the low end so that it feels once again very boxy. So I would just be careful about your kick and snare there. Obviously drum and bass is a big part of the drums. So just kind of refine, you know, your sonic choices there. As far as the bass goes, I think for the most part the sound works well. It sits in the mix. It's very minimal. You know, perhaps you could make it a little bit more active, open up the filter, close it, make it more like a re-space, because I think a little bit more activity and variation in the instrumentation could be welcome. It does get a little old after a while. But really the main thing I noticed was the phrasing. The phrasing and kind of the timing of how you switch from one chord to the next is very strange. Let me kind of show you what I mean. Let's go to the drop real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at that there. So I'm going to turn up the volume of my piano here, and I'm going to turn down the volume of your track. If that's possible. Yeah, let me just go ahead and bring this into Ableton, and I will show you what I mean. It feels like you're spending too much time on certain chords and then barely enough time on others. So for example, if I just go ahead and take this into the arrangement view and kind of turn this down, back to arrangement, what I'm going to do is find the beginning of the drop here, something right here, right here. Okay, great. So I'm going to put that in there. The kick and snare also very quiet. That's another thing I noticed. But anyways, found the beginning of the drop right there. What we're going to do is right click on the play marker and hit warp from here straight. Live will detect the BPM. Looks like it's at 169.78. You know, okay. Let's type that in. So I'm going to round that up to 170. I'm going to enable the metronome. Okay. Sweet. So let's go ahead and actually double the bass here. I just kind of want to see what's going on there. Serum. Actually, let me go ahead and fucking make this instrument because I always fucking do this. I'm going to turn that off. I just want to turn this Serum patch into just a pure subtone. Cool. I'm actually going to rename this. I'm going to group this into itself, just like I... By the way, if you guys missed the video, it's all about getting organized, making sure your best sounds are ready to go, never having to recreate sounds. So I'm actually going to go ahead and rename this and call it sub, and put that in my instruments folder with all my other not ass basses. Here we go. By the way, I spent like 2 hours making one bass sound yesterday. Literally like maybe half a second of audio. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Don't get lost in the sauce, guys. Don't be like me. Okay. Alright, so looks like we're playing in F at the beginning there. Okay, so let's see what's going on there. So we're going up here. We're going, looks like it's B. Yes. So let's check that out again. Oh, I was wrong. It's C. Okay. Let's go ahead and verify that. So it looks like there's a bit of a glide here, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn that on. Mono, legato, always, here we go. Okay. And then we're going down to, looks like it's E flat or D sharp. And then after that, here, let me go make sure I can see your lovely comments over here. Wow. Hey, Mike Murdoch, thank you so much. What up, ho? Dun, dun, dun. My bad. It's G. Right, that's a little awkward. See how much time you're spending on these, especially the first two bass notes? It just feels like we're kind of not sticking to a consistent rhythmic pattern in terms of how much time we're spending on these chords. So let's play it again. See how little time you save for that last chord at the end there? This A sharp or B flat chord? So perhaps what you could try doing is something a little bit more consistent to the same rhythmic idea you started with throughout the loop. So for example, if I go ahead and take out the sub bass from the original track and replace it with my own. And then kind of switch over to this G here and do the exact same rhythmic pattern in the second half. So you notice that this second chord here, the C, starts halfway between the third and fourth measure, and I'm going to do the exact same thing here, halfway between the seventh and eighth measures. Okay? Something like that. Just something a little bit more rhythmically consistent. The other problem is another thing that's sort of breaking up the groove here is halfway through this groove, you kind of switch up the drums. One more time. That. So you do a little bit of a syncopation in the drums, but it happens pretty much every single time. So that, combined with the sort of unevenness in terms of how much time you're spending on each chord, is making the groove a lot harder to digest. That, and also your phrasing, especially at the beginning of the song, is a little strange. So for example, if I go ahead and extend this so that we're playing the beginning here, and I'm going to go ahead and warp this again. So it looks like this is the one here. Okay, that's good. So it looks like your intro is an even 8 bars. Okay. Now add bass, add drums, and then hopefully nothing really happens there. You just sort of take out what you just added. So it feels like, I don't know, where did we get the energy there? And then the same thing happens again. So I'm not sure if you necessarily needed this area right here. Perhaps you could just take it out. Introduce the vocals. So vocals. Okay, more drums. And then, not quite clear what's going on here. We're lowering the energy again. I don't know what's the function of this section here. Is it a breakdown? I'm not quite sure. Okay, that's a little strange. So check it out. This is where the drop hits. Drop the bass. And this section here is, let's see, you can see at the bottom it's 24 bars. It felt like we were coming in at the drop a little early. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I think you could build a little bit more tension and raise the roof a little bit and make your drop a little bit more impactful because right now it feels like it's sort of coming in nonchalantly. Alright, I just fucking roasted the Crunchwrap Supreme out of you as Pixel Wax so eloquently put it. But the only reason why I'm doing that is because I think this track has a lot of potential. It's just there's a couple things that are sort of holding it back from being really, really great in my humble opinion. This is just my opinion once again. You guys will notice that there isn't really a whole lot separating great tracks from good ones. It's really just often one or two very small things. And you know, you're very close there. So yeah, great work. Thanks again. I had a bunch of fun roasting you right now. Let's keep going. I'm closing my eyes, and we're gonna roast some more. Very serious roasting today. Very in-depth roasting. Okay. Oh boy. Here we have Boris Carrere. Okay, here we go. Let's take a listen. Yeah, Doug, you nailed it. You can't hold back on the Shalon. All right. Okay, please don't end your track like that, bro. But otherwise, thank you for submitting. Uh, what I was thinking was while I was closing my eyes, somebody mentioned that this is like playing a game of roulette. No, it's more like playing a game of spin the bottle, right? All the producers at the party, they don't want to talk to anyone. They're very awkward, so they play spin the bottle, and instead of kissing each other, they just roast each other's tracks. Um, that's that's what I imagine to be a producer party. I don't think producers really party. Um, also, they'd be all dudes, so. No, but in all seriousness, yeah. Speaking of that, all dudes, I looked at my channel analytics, and my audience is literally 99% male. 1% of the people who watch my videos happen to be female. Which so shout out to the 1%. I wonder how. I wonder what the actual percentage of all the total producers in the world are actually female. I doubt it's as low as 1%. So I wonder what it is about my videos that scares them off. Maybe you guys have some insight there. But anyways, as far as the track goes, seems like some dark industrial techno, what I imagined Berghain to be if I ever got in. Berghain, is that how you say it? That sounds fine. I mean, usually these tracks are like 20 minutes long, so it's sort of hard to tell. There's a couple places where it feels a little awkward in terms of transitioning. For example, halfway through, the kick is so big. Yeah, this transition right here. Yeah, the kick just sort of stops. Even it's so big and there's so much reverb to it, and it just stops. It's a little bit of an awkward transition. Perhaps you could fade out the kick or filter it out. Then again, I don't really listen to this kind of music, so I don't really know what the conventions are. Yeah, my humor is very boyish. Women don't want to be told that they suck at producing. Um, I don't know. I think it would be nice, obviously, to kind of reduce the barriers for women in the industry, because I'm sure there is, sexism still present. And please, guys, try not to be misogynistic in the comments. I really hope that we can pull that off. I know it's YouTube, but please. We're trying to be welcoming of all genders, backgrounds, etc. Thank you, Kashif, for the donation. I really appreciate that. But anyways, what I was saying was, it's not, at the same token, I don't think it's realistic or necessarily desirable for every profession / hobby to have perfect parity between the genders. It could be that men and women are just interested in different things, and this could be biological, this could be cultural, so that's something to keep in mind. It's an interesting discussion. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I hope I didn't trigger anyone. Please tell me if I'm wrong, intelligently. I would be very open to hearing your thoughts. If there are any women actually here. I know that's kind of a long shot. But anyways, back to the track. It's fine. Everything's fine here. Kind of not clear if that's good or not. Once again, if you can show me like a reference track or something, that would help me in terms of being able to roast this. Cool. You're here for the music, not politics. I don't know. I think females that watch YouTube and such watch other females or men more femme males. Yeah, I think I actually saw that overall men dominate YouTube in terms of people who actually use the service by like, I don't know exactly what the statistic is. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I don't really have any idea. So it's just an interesting discussion. Cool. Anyways, let's keep roasting. Alrighty. Let's do it. We got Shub, Half-Blood, Joytastic. Let's take a listen. Oh my God.
You eat me up inside, but bring me back to life. Every step I take is one that you bring me.
I think we already roasted this one.
You're a part of me that I don't wanna be. I'm tired of searching endlessly.
Yeah, I think we already roasted this.
Take these licks and pass them. 1, 2, and 3.
So that's unfortunate. You didn't take my advice. So I roasted this, and I mentioned that the bass did not play the root note of the chords on top. I guess Mr. Shub didn't watch the stream, so it still got that problem. But I don't know. Let's keep listening. Fuck it.
Falling through the seams.
Oh my God. Wow.
If I really wanted to, I could make the world move. Every part of you is a part of me too. Step by step, there's nothing left. Can't get you out of my head. Lost again, but all I know, there's nowhere to go. Would it help that I'll leave on my knees?
Okay, so that was Shub with Half Blood Feet Joy-tastic. Thank you, Shub. So this is a track that I roasted earlier on. It was in an earlier stage. I don't think it had vocals, but it's the same problem. It sounds really, really well mixed, very polished. The good sound selection. I could tell you spent a lot of time on that. But that's not really the problem here. The problem is that the bass is not playing the root notes of the chords on top. So as a result, things are clashing. They sound dissonant. And it might also be sort of an arrangement issue where it feels like there are maybe too many elements, too many ideas happening in your drops that make this track feel a little cluttered. So I kind of broke down the theory earlier on, but in case you're watching, I would love to do it again. So whippity womp womp, let's take it. Okay, for this I'd probably like a piano sound, so that would be great. Here we go. Witty wick whack, whip whip whip, alright. Yep, so here we go. So it looks like this is the chord progression. It is F sharp minor, D major, E major, F sharp minor, D major, A major. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. So it looks like we're in the key of A major. So major, obviously very happy, very positive, and so the chords sound very innocent, joyous, childlike, playful. Kind of hard to square that with aggressive womp 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 womp, but let's see if we can make it work. Here's the issue. So if you were to play a bass line with these chords, it'd be very simple. All you have to do is play the root note of each chord. So the root note of would just be something like this: F sharp, D, E, F sharp, D, A. Very simple. However, in your track, that's not quite happening always.
You eat me up inside, but bring me back to life. Every step I take is one that you permit.
Yes, that's the problem. So you can hear the first example right there. This is what's happening. Ooh, yikes. That's sounding a little dissonant. This isn't always necessarily a problem. The bass does not necessarily always, every single time, need to play the root note of the chord on top. However, since these chords are so big, and your bass is so big, and and this is like the home chord, this is the chord that is the root note of your key, we do really want to make sure that we're landing home fair and square, and getting that resolved there. So let's keep going. Yeah, it happens every single time. Not good. Okay, yeah, let's see what's going on with your bass in the drop, because now it's doing its own thing completely again. Let's take a listen. I can't even get it. So it seems like the sub is just kind of doing its own thing without really listening to the chords on top. I couldn't even catch it that time. But you get my point. The point is that we want to make sure that our bass is playing the root notes of the chords on top, especially since you have so much other stuff going on that we really need the bass to be our bedrock, our foundation, and be really, really strong. And to make that happen, we need to play the root notes of the chords. Yeah. Anyways. Cool. Mwah. Thank you, Shub. Let's keep going. All right. Continuing the roast here. We have That Metal Guy, which I've already roasted, I think. So let's do somebody new. That's the same guy. Rajzilla. Okay. This is Rajzilla. I guess let's take a listen. Oh yeah, bro.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਪਾੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਚੇਤਾਵਨੀ ਬੜੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਹੈ ਬੇਸ਼ ਤੇ ਪਊਗਾ ਸੀਨ
Nice. Dude, I want to hear the full fucking version of that, bro. That was sick. Anybody in the chat can tell me what language it is, and if so, if anybody would be willing to translate, I would love to hear what this guy's actually saying, but it sounds fucking sick. Cool, man. I want to hear the full version of that. All right, let's spin the bottle. I'm going to kiss every one of you. Pick up some venereal diseases, maybe. You know, I'm the life of the party. All right. Metaf with Overflow. Let's take a listen. Nice. Here, let me add my own water sounds to this. Alright, matey. Oh, baby. These guys gotta get to shore real soon. This thing is gonna make me pee in my sleep. Oh man. Someone threw the rhythm section overboard for sure. Oh my god, dude. Okie dokie. That was Mataf with Overflow. Thank you so much. Fuck, my bladder's overflowing now. Anyways, so Mataf slash Space Sheep 69 seems to be in the chat. So I think we're all in agreement that the track could use more variation. It's not enough, kind of standing on its own. But the question is how? Well, we could have seagulls in addition to water. Maybe some traditional pirate swashbuckling instruments, like a fiddle, maybe. I don't know, maybe a whole different B section. You know, it's funny that you actually post this because a while back, we actually did have a contest in the Discord for Pirate Wave. So I think if we go back maybe like a couple months, maybe 6 months ago, we had a whole pirate-themed challenge for the Discord. Let's see here. This is Festive Ambient. I think it was before that. Let's see here. Psychedelic Western music. Spook Funk. Let's see here. Pirate Wave. Yes. And I believe it was TS who won. So, where is Pirate Wave? I think it was earlier on. Yes. This time the theme is Pirate Wave. So, I would highly recommend you check this stuff out because we got some amazing submissions. Maybe I'll play a little bit of one. Let's see here. Pirate Wave. Fuck, they didn't post the winner. Okay, well anyways, check out this guy, Tias. We also have the submissions over in the channel submissions section. Highly recommend it. Let's see here. Pirate Wave. Once again it was like, let's see, Tias in here. Yeah, I'm probably not going to find it. But anyways, if you kind of scroll back far enough in this challenge submission section or search Pirate Wave, you'll find some really awesome submissions where you can get some inspiration as to kind of what you can do with your track and kind of introduce some variation. So check that out. Highly recommend it. Actually, looks like we have another challenge going on right now, I guess. If we take a look here, the challenge seems to be scrolling down. This is a challenge of melody. This is a weekly challenge. So perhaps let's take a look at some of these submissions here. Looks like we have Bean or Brink. My bad. Let's take a listen. This is the melody only challenge. So only melody? Or at least melody should be the focus here. Let's take a listen. Jacob. That was fucking dope, man. Some really dope retro synthwave Kavinsky kind of vibes. All technically melody. Once again, a lot of bass line melody. We're defining melody as simply just one note after another in sequence. So, looks like you had three melodies. You had the bass line, kind of the mid-rhythmic melody, and the sort of kind of longer, more sustained harmonic melody at the top, and all three of them worked beautifully. So I think that was an excellent submission. Let's do one more. Take a listen to X8886. Holy shit. 6 minutes long. Okay, man, if I hear a single chord here, we're cutting you off, bro. Okay. I think those are chords. So I'm gonna, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are those chords? I think they're chords. I guess they're not technically chords. Oh, well, that's awkward. It just stopped automatically. I guess it got deleted? Oh, that's awkward. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh, that's never happened before. Well, I'm sorry. It wasn't clear if there were chords or not. It seemed like there might have been, but the track sounded cool. Anyways, shit. I mean, I guess let's do one more. Here's Bean's entry. Take a listen. This is a good outro. Oh, so we just get 30 seconds of silence there. Great. Well, Bean, thank you so much for submitting that. That was a really cute kind of like Mario interlude level. It was, I think that, the challenge here is to sort of make melody the focus. And I think you did an excellent job there. Once again, it's only 30 seconds. So, fleshing that out a little bit more, maybe adding a stronger bass line, for example, or layering the chords, maybe upping the energy of the drums as well would be great. But that's a solid start, man. I thought that was really cute. Very kawaii. But anyways, I gotta go. Thank you so much for submitting to this challenge. I think there's like maybe an hour left. So try to get your submissions in pretty soon. But I had a great time roasting you guys today. I hope you did as well. And I will see you guys all very soon. Thanks so much for all the support on the video. I really, really appreciate it. Once again, you can download the sample pack that I used in the video in the description. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.